Okay, very good morning to everyone. I'm Dr. Naveena. I'm from India, and this is my first visit to
microphone. Yours.
Thank you. Very good morning to everyone. I'm repeating the same, but yeah, I'm Dr. Naveena from India, and this is my first visit to Nepal, and I really enjoy this. This Sindoor is from Pashupati temple, and I really loved it, so I don't want to rub it. I want to be in this tradition. Okay, I'm a dentist, so Dell professor asked me to present a few things before I leave, and since I decided to do some quick topic related to smile, so that connects my field along with a crowd which is here. So what I'm going to just go through a bit about the psychological aspect of smile. I hope everybody would be with me. And before we go through it, I don't want to see anybody with a very serious face here. So let's all have a big, large smile. Smile to each other. And so that you lift up the mood. So that's what I'm going to talk about. So what's going to happen when we smile is what I'm going to talk about. Okay? So let's smile. Yeah? I didn't see anybody smiling there. I want a big smile. Yeah, how do you feel after smiling? Good? So that's the same thing that I'm going to go through. There is a very famous saying that sometimes your joy is the source of your smile, right? But sometimes your smile can be the source of your joy. So you don't need to wait for an opportunity to smile. That is a thing, right? You smile and make your own joy and then create your own opportunity. Is that fine? I feel that that holds a better way for the topic called psychological aspects of smile. So with this we move on to the introduction. This is how we go into presentation. It's not a research topic that I can project with data, but what I'm going to do is to just to take you around for how a psychological aspect of smile that works. If you have any issues in between, you can please ask, and we're most welcome to answer. So what I have put in my introduction slides. This is not only a general talk. There are scientists who have observed it. We have done a lot of research, and it is documented in a proper way. So scientists and spiritual teachers, they say and agree that a simple act can transfer you around you and also the world around you. What is a simple act that transfers is your smile. You don't need to invest in anything. You just have to have a beautiful smile. Whether it is beautiful or not, be confident with yourself and just have a smile on your face. And that is the investment that you are doing for yourself and also the world around you. And that lifts you up and you feel good. You make others also feel good, right? So there are a lot of researches that goes on, and they say that smile is also contagious. Because when a girl smiles, the boy is nowhere, right? He falls in love with her. So it is always a contagious, and the vice versa. If a handsome guy smiles at a girl, what does she do? She just feels so happy about it, and she tries to have a conversation. Because, right, even if there are strangers, even you are strangers, when we smile to each other, it acts as a communication, right? So that's how it is. So that beautiful smile is, okay? So it can be three things that we can tell in related to smile. That is, it can make us appear more attractive, okay? You don't need to put a makeup, you don't need to wear a lipstick, okay? Even if you're right from your bed, and if you have the smile in your face, you look more attractive, okay? These are the natural things that we have. And the second thing is, it lifts up your mood. When you smile, you cry in your smile? No, right? So you always, when you smile, you have a positive feeling within yourself, and it lifts up your mood. And also the study says that when you smile for a long time, you live longer. So there are three things that connects you. It lifts up, you make it so attractive, and you live longer. I think what else we need in the world, right? Other than food, we need to be very positive about ourselves, and then you have to be more positive for others. So all the three things that is there in the case of smile. So before we move on to the next slide and to talk about the neurological aspect, I want you to understand what is the importance of smile, and that's how it is. It's very attractive to people, it lifts up your mood, and also it helps you to live longer. So we go to the neurological aspects in terms of medically, how we relate to smile. So how smiling affects your brain. Each time you smile, you throw a little feel-good party in your brain. That is how it has been documented. Okay? I think most of the doctors here would understand what I'm actually going to talk about neurotransmitters and dopamine, serotonin. Okay? So each time when you smile, what happens? You lift up yourself. Okay? Even though you're very sad, but when you smile, you're lifting your own self. You don't need anybody to come to you and lift yourself. You are lifting your own self. Okay? What you're lifting your own self is mainly by having a small smile on your face. The act of smiling activates neural messengers, and that benefits your health. It benefits yourself, and it also benefits the people around you. Okay? So how the smiling affects your brain? It is mainly by the release of neuropeptides that work towards fighting off stress. Right? Why we don't smile is we have something going around in your mind, and that's why we think a lot and we frown ourselves, and we stress ourselves more than we will not smile. But when we come out of the stress, obviously everybody will be relaxed, and we tend to have a better smile. So this all happens because of the neuropeptides in your body. So the act that we are doing, okay, we are trying to take something, we are trying to smile, it's all by the neurotransmitters in the brain. So we are trying to connect the biological aspects as well as the physical aspects that's being projected outside. These neuropeptides are small molecules, like how I put it as a button there. It is all the small molecules that connects with your brain with two neurons. It acts as a messenger. So whenever, for example, whenever we see a WhatsApp message from a very good friend, what we feel? We feel good about it, right? It was all because of the connection, the same connections. There are molecules in our body, they are called neuropeptides, and that connects between your neurons and transmit a message from one side to the other side. Okay. I think this has to be connected, I'm sorry.
That's the projector one. It's a loose connection on the projector. Computer's on?
Yeah, it's on.
You can keep on smiling. Keep talking without the projector. Please go ahead with your smiling talk. Don't frown. Just continue talking.
Continue talking? Fine. So we are talking about the neurotransmitters that connects between the neurons and that lifts up our mood, right? So when you smile, what happens? Your muscles get relaxed, and that acts as a molecule, and that goes to the brain, and the brain says, yeah, she is relaxed now, and now you can go ahead and release the dopamine, and the dopamine releases your happy go hormones. Okay, so that's how it acts in the brain. So it is not just the physical thing that we are smiling, there are something biologically which is happening inside our body. It works. So what happens is it relaxes your body. Okay, when you get relaxed, what happens? Your tension comes down, your BP comes down, your heart rate comes down, so that you relax and you live a long life rather than being stressed yourself and then activates a another hormone where we take a tablet to get into a relaxed mood. Instead, you try practicing a habit of laughing and smiling and make the people around you a better place, then you don't need to go for any prescription. So there is hormones like endorphins, which is acting as a natural painkiller, which is originally without any potential negative side effects. This gets activated when you smile. Okay, but when you are stressed, this gets lowered in your body, so you tend to have more pain. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So endorphins are something which is accessing a natural painkiller. When you are happy, when you are smiling, it gets activated by you naturally. So finally, serotonin, which releases and brought up when you are smiling, it acts as an antidepressant. Serotonin is actually an antidepressant. So when you smile, you will not be depressed too. So even if you have a situation in your life when you want to, you are going into the mood of depression, try to smile at yourself, try to, crack some jokes or try to see your joke. So and lift up yourself by smiling, and this will be redirected back. Finally, it is all the humans that we live and we lift it ourselves. There is nobody who's going to come and lift you. Right? So you have within yourself and you have to pull it for yourself. So if you go to doctors, I being my own doctor, but when somebody comes and asks me, we try to first give them a therapy which is non-invasive. Because you don't want anybody to go through a medication on the first hand, right? So we try to give them, and if this doesn't work out and still not able to manage and cope up with the situation, then we go to the next mode of treatment. Right? So how long can you take a tablet if you are depressed? You cannot take for a long time. It goes into neuropsychological issues then. So try to smile and lift up yourself, and that will act on a better antidepressant. Sorry. And you actually look better when you smile. You agree or not? Absolutely not. Who said not? You? So, what is the point that you are trying to put?
It's my personal judgment about myself. Like others they look like.
Okay, from today onward you try to smile.
So he may like the role of villain.
Huh? How long you can be without smiling, you tell?
I don't know. I'm still smiling now.
Yeah, that's why you look so positive. You look more good. You look very attractive. That's what we're trying to talk. Right? Your own self-attractiveness is in your smile. It's not with any of the other clothes that we wear. You wear any cosmetics, you crop your head in a different style, doesn't matter. But the real thing comes from your smile, and that comes from inside. So that is the most beautiful thing that you have it, and that is the way that it has to be connected with other people. Right? You don't need to talk. If, for example, I don't know a Russian language. I don't know Nepali, I don't know Russians. I know my own language, that's all. But when I look at people, when I look at another human, I give a smile. That communicates, right? That acts as a communication, and that acts as a gesture. And I give a way for him to talk to me. Right? So that is the best way that we can live and look forward rather than doing other things. That's what it's all about. So they also done a lot of study, and they said when you smile at others, it looks that you are very attractive, you're reliable, you're relaxed, and more importantly, it says that you are sincere. Right? So you tend to work with people who are like that. Right? You cannot put your face, frown it like this, and then say I am very sincere. Is that works?
No.
They say no, I'm sincere.
Wrong.
How is that? And I say, I'm sincere. I don't need wanted to tell. But my smile and that attractiveness will gather and it attracts people. You cannot frown yourself and say, I'm sincere. Nobody is going to believe that. Right? So next time, you just have to smile at people to make sure and understand that you're very sincere and reliable and relaxed. Yeah. So there are other research studies which is also happened, and I think this is not connected.
Okay, please smile.
So another study which is also done, and what they found out that it is not the person who's smiling gets benefited, the one who's looking at, okay, one who's receiving is also get benefited. This study says that if I smile at you, your orbitofrontal muscles get rewarded. Okay, if I frown at you, it's not only affecting me, and the other person who's looking at me will also get affected. If I smile at you, your frontal muscles will get rewarded. Okay? I think the power is gone. I'm sorry. So it is not one way, why I'm telling this study is it is not one way. I'm smiling, it's not only me who is getting benefited, it is also the other person who is getting benefited, and I'm also getting benefited out of it. So it is always a two-way and the most positive way to communicate with people.
Is the computer still working or not?
Okay.
Okay, I think it's both. It's a loose plugs.
So let's. I want to know how many of you agree with this point. Everybody?
Vote with your
Everybody?
smile.
What's this?
The point is that when you smile, you not only activate and being happy with yourself, you try to make others happy. That's the study that I was talking. There are 2-3 things. And then you have a lot of questions and waiting.
Because lots of argument with you.
Yeah, please go ahead, and I can just smile and answer.
No, I think we have to have some discussion in the use of time. I have a couple of comments here on the Skype to your talk.
Yeah, please.
Osama is a runner, and he said in a 10-kilometer run, you can speak, Osama, if you like. Would like to speak now?
Yeah, sure.
Osama?
Bring the microphone.
He said in a 10-kilometer run, he runs at least a minute faster by smiling in the run. Is that right, Osama? And
that's because he boosts himself by smiling,
and
that
Andrew
activates the hormone, and that helps him to go ahead for a long run. We cannot say that I don't like running and I cannot keep running.
Yep.
It is only when you smile and accept it, you can start running for a long time.
And then Andrew also suggests try singing as well as smiling.
I need to learn the skill then, because I can either sing or I can either dance. I cannot do.
Indeed, you can sing.
Sing and dance together. I think I might end up having a, high blood pressure, because you cannot do both at one time.
Can you see your presentation?
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
She can see her presentation.
I can. What I
so
wanted is
just,
I want them to just.
Yeah. So you read the presentation.
I can.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay. So please, you just finish. We assume there's no projector. Yep.
Okay. So we now came across 2 studies. One said it is very good. Okay, the first study says that when you smile, you elevate your mood, you elevate your liveliness, you live longer, you're being so attractive. The second study says that you not only get benefited, the other person looking at you will also get benefited when you smile. There are certain other studies which what they have done in the next level of research is like they have given a couple of pictures to people, and then they have given pictures like sad, frowning, and then smiling pictures. And the one who got smiley pictures, the researchers like you need to frown looking at that. You clear? I get a picture of smiley, but I have to frown. I have to frown myself looking at a smiley pictures. How many of you can do that? I'm just showing you a smiley picture and I'm telling you need to frown. How long can you hold it? It's quite difficult. You cannot hold it looking at a smiley picture, right? for a long time. That is because they come into a conclusion saying that when you smile, it is unconscious. Your brain is unconsciously acting on those molecules, and you cannot go against and do it. If somebody is frowning, looking at a smiley face or a smiling face, which means they tend not to do it. They are consciously acting. You clear? So this is an unconscious and involuntary movement. I smile at her, she smiles back. Okay, it's an involuntary, unconscious movement. That is what we are trying to focus. I do like this, she will also indirectly, why she's frowning, you know, that goes into her mind. Am I clear? So smiling is something that it is an unconscious behavior. You cannot tend to force somebody to frown at you or being angry at you when you're smiling. Okay, your eyes and your smile will directly contact and communicate with others without having any language. There is another study that has been proven that smile is contagious and it is attractive. It involves the person's own inner self. Only if your inner self is happy and peaceful, you can tend to put that in your face and you make it to feel others that same mood that you are in. So I don't want anybody to be serious now. So you smile and then so you put that energy to me and then I can give it back. So this is a process that actually continues every time you smile. It helps to release your naturally feel good hormones and also makes the other people opposite to you will be benefited, and he also will feel that you are a very positive and a reliable person. This is done. This is also done. So coming to the last thing, that looking at a better picture, each time you smile at a person, the brain causes them to return to the favor. So I smile at you and then you cannot cry back to me. Right? I smile at you and you cannot cry back to me and you cannot say go to hell kind of a face. Right? Obviously you smile back to me. Right? So this is the most important thing in human behavior, that we are trying to connect it, and we are trying to connect people all around. You don't need a language, you don't need to project something that you wanted to actually, it is within you and it is everywhere. You just need to have a smiley face and you just wear the smile. Okay, for that you please come to dentist to clean your teeth. So that's my last protection. Okay.
This is the captain smile.
So let's smile and make our world a better place to live and make the dentist a better place to live to. Thank you all once again for giving me such an opportunity. I hope everybody smile and remember every one of us for a long time. Thank you.
Could you also,
Thanks Daryl sir, Professor sir, because we used to call sir and I'm used to that, and please forgive me for that. For giving me an opportunity to present here.
Smile.
And wish all of you all the best. Thank you.
And if anybody can't smile, then we can contact you.
Yeah, I can make you smile much better.
just
Any
checking
questions?
you're smiling?
Please. Waiting.
I have a question.
Yes?
What about fake smiles? Is that also beneficial for your health as well? You know, sometimes when we take pictures, we say cheese, smiles.
Yeah.
And is this also beneficial to health? And there are clubs like laughing clubs.
Yeah.
They laugh for no reason. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Is this also beneficial? Because there is no emotion attached to it. So, is there also hormonal release for that or something else?
Yeah. I didn't get your name, but
Raju, please.
Hi Raju. So thanks for the question, but the thing is, the fake smile, okay? The fake smile you can identify through the person's eyes. Okay? A person is smiling. If I am smiling at him, I won't make an eye contact and smile at him. The one who makes an eye contact and smile, that's the real smile. He talks from the heart. Okay? You can literally make it. Why they make a fake smile is not to make the incident or the environment go for a toss, which means you meet your old friend in a community and you are not in good terms with him, but still he makes a smiling face at you. It may be a fake smile. You cannot go back to him and fight. When he do the fake smile, you try to smile back, right? But you cannot, just because he did a fake smile, you cannot go and hit him. To avoid a lot of unnecessary issues, fake smiles sometimes do work, but you can identify it by looking at his eyes. Okay, that's the answer for the first question. Second, when you take selfies, you say cheese. Why do you want to say cheese? Why do you want to make people to say cheese? At least they want to look better, right? If they don't smile in a picture, and 10 years after you're going to see the same picture when everybody is frowning and not smiling, it doesn't look good. Okay, that's why even you like it or not, they say cheese, so that when you say cheese, at least all the teeth are out. Whether you like it or not, you please smile, right? So that's a memory, and that is a capture that is you've been projecting, you've been checking it, right? Even if you see that after some years, you feel good about it. Finally, it is what you feel good about it. You cannot take a picture and say, oh God, this is such a bad day. I was so bad and I was crying. Nobody have a picture like that. And even if you have it, please throw it out. That's a negative emotion that you are holding. And the third thing, the laughing therapy. That is one of the best way in the yoga therapy in India, which is being practicing right now. The laughing therapy pulls you and it forces you to laugh. It forces you to, engage and develop the dopamine and serotonin neurotransmitters. So that when you laugh, you cannot stop at one point. You have to continue, right? If I'm laughing, I have to stop my laugh. Nobody can tell you stop it. Naveena, you stop it. Even if they say that I keep on doing it because it's something my unconscious is working, and I have to stop it in my own face. Right? So the laughing therapy, it induces people, it makes people to laugh unconsciously to a consciousness and then releasing this same hormones. That is your answer. Any more questions? I hope you answered.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, excellent presentation.
I'd like to.